Landscape Forms was started in 1969 by John Chipman Sr., a landscape architect from Michigan State University, who ran a design-build firm in Kalamazoo. He saw an opportunity to improve the quality of furniture and outdoor spaces and to keep the employees who worked in construction busy during the low season.
The company was founded on design and people, and I don't know that you could separate the two internally or even with our customer. So there's an understanding of design, I think, not just from the founder, but through the people who are in charge today.
John was very conscientious as he began to plan his exit from the company, that he wanted to do two things. One, he wanted to keep that engagement of all employees, and secondly, that he wanted to ensure that there was a design vocabulary that went forward without him being here every day.
From the front door, through the design department itself, through engineering, through sales. Design represents the company on all kinds of levels.
I think being a design-driven company has to be obviously top-down driven, but it also has to be bottom-up implemented and understood and accepted. I spent a lot of time at Landscape Forms talking about everybody's role in the design culture and the customer expectation.
Culture is one of our competitive advantages, and we think about culture and we do culture intentionally. The Scanlon process helps us with that. There are 4 principles for Scanlon. Identity, it tells us that we really have to know who we are and what we're doing in order to be able to use all of our expertise and all our talent. The second principle is participation. If everyone is allowed to innovate and actually asked to innovate, we get all of the advantage of all of those different brains working on a problem. Principle 3 is competence, and that's really about understanding what we have to be good at. Equity is the 4th principle that we share in the profitability of the company.
Design and design strategy is who we are. Design is not an event. It's part of our process. And that process has to be communicated all throughout the company. We do an annual plan, and a lot of our annual planning is around new product development. We take time to meet with every employee in the company in small groups to ensure that they understand what's going on with the company plan, what our vision for the next year or the next 5 years is, and how their role participates in creating that vision. Design doesn't just occur in the product development department or in the graphic design department. It really is expressed at every level of every job function and embraced as part of who we are.
We're always designing 3 years in advance to what we're introducing today. So we, at any one time, could have 6, 8, 10 products in different stages of development. So it's a constant moving target. We have a search committee in here that we've set up, and those people basically take concepts and go to the field and talk to our customers and get input about where we're at as part of the development process, and that's absolutely critical.
So we're a manufacturing company, but often when people come to visit us, they look around and they say, this doesn't feel like a manufacturing company. And that has to do with the idea that we're about design, and everything we do creates that environment, creates that connection.
Studio 431 is Landscape Forms' customs division. We basically are around to make our clients' custom ideas and custom projects come to life. 5 or 6 years ago when we started Studio 431 as a customs division, high-end architects, high-end designers really weren't specifying a lot of standard products for their projects. They wanted to design their own. We had to get in the custom market because we have a very select group of people we really want to work with and who really want to work with us.
Lighting technology hadn't changed for 130 years since Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. We were very fortunate to come into LED lighting at a time where we were able to listen to lighting designers and try to come up with solutions rather than just products. LED lighting has the potential of not only saving energy and saving carbon emissions, but LED lighting also has the opportunity to really reinvent the way that we light spaces.
I think that one of the things that separates Landscape Forms from most companies is that we engage wholeheartedly with the customer on an ongoing basis. So at the simplest level, we're sending our people from sales service out to meet customers and do sales calls with the sales team. On a more advanced level, manufacturing people will go to a job site to inspect the final installation and make certain that every detail is meeting the customer's expectation. On a more elevated level, we continually host things like roundtables where we hear the voice of the profession and hear what's on their minds in terms of trying to problem solve for healthcare, for transit, for campuses.
When we started design on a project and started doing the R&D, initially we grab the guys from the floor and say, hey, come on up, let's look at this project, let's look at this product and see what you think about it. How should we make this, and how should we fabricate this part? How should we roll this piece of steel?
We have a great group of engineers here, and they're pretty open to anything we have for suggestions. If we have a question about any of their details on their prints or that, we come up and talk to them, or if they have any suggestions on how we could do it and do it faster or better, they come out and talk to us.
It's amazing the different ideas and just the learning curve that happens between the interaction of both groups coming together.
As you can tell from our offices, we're a very open and communicative environment. So we have designers sitting next to marketing people who sit next to customer service people. The most important part of marketing communications for us is storytelling. The product is presented in a context and a vision of how it might be used in a beautifully landscaped environment with a nice piece of architecture that really complements where you might envision this product being. I think equally important to that is the fact that we photograph the product with people using the product. What we're trying to communicate is that great design creates a great experience. I think one of the things that feels different about Landscape Forms from most companies is the fact that we are so collaborative among ourselves and with our customers.
If we truly want to be a design-centered company, we do believe that we must engage all of our employees. So just the act of keeping the information out there and persistent is really important for that. Having the physical space to provide the right tools for a high level of collaborative interaction is really important. Because design is, at Landscape Forms, is about all of us.
Part of our growth success has been our partnerships with other design professionals.
One of the reasons why Landscape Forms and Designers USA is such a good fit is also that both companies act and think very strategically. So apart from being design leaders in their field, they have a clear aim as to where they want to go and how they want to expand.
So as we look at product design or graphic design or showroom design or whatever, we're always engaging other points of view. The way that we select designers is really who, in our opinion, has the most expertise for the problem at hand. The company has a long history of growth. We have grown from a medium-sized company to the largest site furniture company in North America.
When I try to describe to people our history and our growth, I like to show a chart of our growth going back to 1969 when the business was founded. We have doubled every 6 or 7 years since then. So the chart of our growth is a beautiful one. There's a couple of little blips along the way, but by and large it's a lovely reaching for the sky kind of chart that anybody in business would love to see. That both is fun to look at from a historical vantage point, to say, my, look at what we've done, but looking forward, it also tells us what we need to do, because we need to double again in the next 6 or 7 years. So we're going to double in the next 6 or 7 years. What are we going to have to do? That's a scary thought, and yet it's very motivating for us, and we know historically that we've been able to do it. So it gives us a level of confidence going forward.
We bend metal, we weld metal, we cut wood, we put finishes on things, we paint metal. Those are not things that are uncommon. Because we're doing them from a design-focused place, we command a different respect and a different place in the market.
So we feel having a design-based culture is absolutely critical to our mission. And we also feel that engaging everyone is critical, and opening up the design process to everyone to engage in is absolutely key. It's reflected in our physical space, it's reflected in how we work with each other, and it's reflected in why we do what we do.
all companies evolve. Landscape Forms has always been known for great design of product, but more importantly is our ability to stay close to the landscape architect and the designers and understand what they're trying to achieve. It's not just how pretty the product is, it's that it helps the problem solving. So artful can mean many things. One is the beauty of the product, but two, it's the ability to execute. And three, it's the ability to meet the customer's expectation when they open the box. Design is really understanding the issue to solve and doing it in the most artful way.